Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Logan from A&G Outdoors. Module 1 review for the Deer Steward 1 class went live last night. If you haven't watched that, I'd go check that out first. But we are about to start Module 2, and we're going to go inside, knock this thing out. I think it's a lot shorter than the first module. And then I'll give you guys my final thoughts, so stick around. Just finished module 2, so now we gotta hop over and take a quiz on this module, and I'll be back with you guys in about 15 minutes. Well, we're done, guys. That was quick. Took me 3 minutes to take that test. There were 11 questions. Out of 11 questions, I got them all right, so I got 100. Definitely a lot easier than the first test, for sure. There's like one random question in there that had nothing to do with this entire section. Actually, it was never covered or anything like that in this section. It was covered in the first module, so I don't know why it was on the test in the second module, but regardless, still got 100. Super easy. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So I finished the quiz this morning. It's been a couple hours, had some stuff I had to do at work. But I'm about to break this class down for you guys, or this module down for you guys, so you guys can get a good understanding of what you'll be looking at in section 2 or module 2 of this course. So there's only 3 sections to this module. Pretty quick. Total time it took me to do the entire thing was only like about 3.5 hours, 3 hours 24 minutes. That's with the readings, the videos, and taking the quiz. So it's a really quick module, pretty good. Right off the bat, the first section is antler growth, deformities, and genetics. This has a 53-minute video. It took me 1 hour and 26 minutes to complete. This is probably the best section of the whole module. I mean, there's only 3, but this is the most interesting one of them all. There's some, good information in here. Like, one thing that you hear all the time is that you can judge a buck's potential antler growth off what they look like as a yearling. So if they're a spike as a yearling, it's always been said that, oh, they're never gonna grow into larger deer. That's not true. That's been debunked. Another weird thing that they talk about in this one, which really got my attention, is how they talk about body injuries affecting antler growth. So one thing I did not know is a rear leg injury, right or left, will affect the opposite side antler and cause it to grow in really weird ways. Tommy, you okay back there? You're a little loud, bud. But yeah, so that was news to me, something new. Reading was pretty good, not gonna lie, for this section. Pretty spot on. Okay, so section 2, it took me 1 hour and 11 minutes to complete, only a 47-minute video, and this one's about antlered buck management. So in this, they talk a little bit about the advantages and the disadvantages to point restriction harvesting and antler spread harvesting. So like on one side with points, yeah, you're going to be saving most of those yearling bucks. So, maybe you'll have a 3.4 point spikes, but it is possible for your yearling bucks to have up to 10 points. So it doesn't protect all of them, but it does protect a large amount of your yearling bucks. Disadvantages, like we just said, advantages, it goes both ways. Antler spread, the problem with antler spread is that, personally, is if they're like, hey, it has to have over a 13-inch or 15-inch, outside the ear spread, well, let's say you saw that deer, but it wasn't in the alert position, and you're like, oh yeah, it was wider than this, it was outside the ears, but it wasn't in the alert position, and it's a little harder to enforce. Not that you can't, I mean, clearly they can show up and measure and be like, hey, it's not there, but I don't know, that one's a little iffy. It goes in depth on like aging a buck, like how you can tell like your 1 to 3 year old, well, your 1 year old being real small, lengthy, no muscle, no like neck, they're during the rut, like their neck doesn't swell. Go into your 2 year old and you start to see a little bit muscle development. Then you get into your 3-year-olds, the legs look right, the body's a little more rectangular, they have some muscle up front, and then it goes up to, you know, aging all the way up to like 8-9 years old. Let's see. So the reading on this one is just like, there's 3 sections of reading, and it's just repetitive. All 3 articles basically say, don't shoot yearling bucks. I mean, they could have done it with 1 reading for that one. So, I mean, the readings on that one, you know, repetitive. But there's a place for it, I guess. And then the 3rd section, which is antlerless deer management. It's only a 28-minute video. It took me 44 minutes to complete the whole section. Super quick. Pretty much, it just talks about harvesting does and things like that. So one thing to take into consideration is if you plan on, which I had never really thought of before, but it makes sense the more I've watched and learned about this antler growth and everything like that, how like all antler growth is based off excess nutrition in the diet, that you would want to harvest your does as early as legally possible, because all they're doing is stealing food and nutrition that could go to supporting other bucks. Or let's say you have a food crop or something like that, but because you have so many deer, some of those might wander off looking for other food sources because there's just not enough in the habitat you have on your property or something like that. And then fawn recruitment relies very highly on quality habitat and deer density. So you could have, let's say you have 10 does, each one, you know, has 1 fawn, sire's a fawn. All right, you have 10 fawns and 10 does. But let's say you have 8 does. The more food and nutrition and habitat that is available to those deer, by keeping that deer density down, you're helping those doe to sire more fawns. So opposed to 1 doe siring 1 fawn, you can have does sire up to 3 fawns, 2 to 3 fawns, and just really help your fawn recruitment. Like I said, this is the shortest section, and the readings were super short. Probably one of the, you know, more boring sections, but there's only 3 to choose from. And let me put it this way, if this section was in module 1, I wouldn't call it the most boring section. But for this module, with only having 3 sections, section 3 is definitely the most boring. Section 1, most entertaining or most engaged. Okay, so quick breakdown. Got an 11 out of an 11 on my quiz, which was 100. Total time to complete the course, 3 hours and 24 minutes, and this includes all supplemental readings and the quiz. And total video time for this entire module is 2 hours and 8 minutes. Super short module. Glad it's knocked out. Gonna be moving on to module 3 here in a couple days. But yeah, guys, this is it for module 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Probably a pretty quick video compared to the last one. The last one was like 23 minutes. But if you guys have any questions on the course or the material, feel free to reach out to us at A&G Outdoors. But if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and drop your comments down below. Hit the notification bell and follow along with this series, and we're gonna get this whole course out there, and you guys will be able to view it. Peace.